This is my summary of the Saturday morning sessions of General Conference. David A. Bednar. Amazing people can serve and do inspiring things without a single ounce of notice by the world, which is true. But dude, making a point by talking about the Mormon pioneers is not the way to do this. The church literally orchestrated hundreds of deaths in the handcart scheme, and in their law of consecration and tithing. The church's purposeful poor planning to save money caused the deaths of hundreds of pioneers. And Bednar acknowledged that the church did not keep track of their numbers, which also means that the number of people that died was also not recorded. Except we know that hundreds of people died because of the journals and diaries kept by those on the Pioneer Trail. Anyway, I can't do a better job than John Larson in the Mormon Stories episode, so go watch that. I mean, I'll try, but go and watch that episode if you want to learn more about the Mormon pioneers. Amy A. Wright. Raise your kids right so that you can feel at peace when you're faced with death. And if you don't feel at peace with how your kids turned out, it will all work out in the end. Robert M. Daines. People can be spiritually face-blind when they see the rules but not God's love. If you don't feel God's redeeming love in the church, just think about Jesus. And if the church's rules don't look loving, just think about Jesus. Carlos A. Godoy. Lukewarm membership will have a negative impact on your kids. If you are struggling with the church's history or a church policy, then you are passing a sad legacy on to your kids. Don't be the weak link. D. Todd Christofferson. A vital part of the gathering of Israel is building and operating temples. Except historically, I can't think of a single temple ordinance that can't be performed outside of the temple. Anyway, marriage is between a man and a woman. But I recognize that not everyone can realistically have this because some of us are gay. And some people have reported unhappiness. But that doesn't matter. Stay faithful anyway. The most important date for Jeffrey R. Holland's late wife is the day she got sealed to him. Because this church is extremely sexist and women can't get to heaven without a penis. Priesthood. Ian S. Ardern. Donate to the church's humanitarian efforts. I can't guarantee that those funds will be used to help those in Africa struggling to obtain clean water, but at least you'll feel good about yourself. Dallin H. Oaks. What makes the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints different from other churches? Well, aside from polygamy, treasure digging, the loss of genitalia after death, Bigfoot, a young earth, theological racism, sexism, and homophobia, we uniquely believe that you have to have secret handshakes and passwords in order to make it to the highest heaven to live with God forever. The Family Proclamation is based on irrevocable doctrine. But just take my word for it, because if you do any amount of digging, you'll find out that I'm actually lying. We believe that all people will have a mansion in heaven, except that some of these mansions will be shared by liars, murderers, and other horrible criminals. So it's not really heaven, but we're just calling it heaven for PR purposes. No one will force a seal relationship that somebody doesn't want. Except in the case of Joseph Smith, Brigham Young, Heber C. Kimball, John Taylor, Wilford Woodruff, and basically all the Mormon polygamists. And every queer person that was told by their Mormon leaders that if they married somebody of the opposite gender, that they would magically stop being gay. I swear, every time he speaks, it's just homophobia. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying conference. Or not enjoying conference. I mean, enjoying not watching conference.